So, when it comes to NBA 2K, or basketball in general for that matter, every player falls into one of 4 distinctive categories. So with that said, we are going to start off at the bottom, and I'm going to explain a bit about them and how we as 2K players can work our way up the ladder to become better at whatever game mode it is that we like to run. And a quick point of note before we get going, try and think about which category you are currently in and how you can get to your end goal, and let me know down below in the comment section. But getting into the list, any list involving 2K players at the bottom of the ladder is going to be your trash bags. And at some point in our 2K journey, we all were trash bagged at the game. This I am certain of. Of course, the goal is to climb up from the level as fast as humanly possible. And if you are stuck here, well, let's just be honest with ourselves. It's probably your own fault. Stop selling. You're most likely a trash bag if you are brand spanking new to NBA 2K. You jump on the game every now and then, just as like a social event with the boys. Or maybe you do want to be an eventual comp player or star player, but you're lazy and you don't work on your game. And quickly before we move on, here are some signs that you might be a trash bag. Firstly, when you get the ball, you don't know what to do with it, and usually you end up turning the rock over or throwing a bugged out shot up. Another sign is that your teammates are icing you out. Hell, even your own boys, when you run with them, are icing you out wide open in the corner. So if you're tired of being the trash bag and want to level up your game so that you can climb that good old 2K ladder, the absolute first thing you're going to want to do is stop bugging out, both on offense and defense. But right now, stop trying to be the main character and let the game just come to you. Play solid defense. Matter of fact, pride yourself on defense. Make it your calling card for the time being, and just let the offense come to you and happen for you. Stop hunting for it. This way, even though you are not skilled yet, you can still make a contribution, build up your rep so you can get those cap breakers, and most importantly, you're getting invaluable experience of playing 2K the right way. Moving on though, congratulations, you have made it to the second level. Now you're a role player. I know you're probably thinking, all of that hard work and I'm only considered a role player? But think of some of the greatest teams of all time and how they had their own Hall of Fame level role players. Robert Horry knocking down big shots, Ben Wallace playing Avenger threat level defense, or even a Drew Holiday would fall into this role player category. So no, you're in good company. And then here are some signs that you might fall into this category of role player. On your squad or when you're playing with randoms, you have a set job to do. Maybe you're the lock, sharp, or you're one of those bigs that grab boards and drop dots. And to some degree, you have that one specific role mastered, but the rest of your game just might be lacking in some areas and needs a little bit of work. Or maybe you're just so good at that one skill that you don't even care about the rest of the game. But this is one clear sign that you're a role player. A second sign of a role player is, like we said earlier, they are masters of their role, but when they venture outside of it, shit can get a bit spooky. I'm looking directly at you, big men that grab boards and try going coast to coast with it, or the sharp that wants to now turn into Kyrie Irving with the handles, or at least tries to. Again, spooky stuff when these guys start venturing outside of the role that they have mastered. Third sign of a role player in 2K is that you might be inconsistent. You might have games here or there where you show glimpses into the young bull that you could be out there, but that can oftentimes go to our head and we end up either in the next game or shortly thereafter coming back down to earth and having a bad game or 2 or 3 or 4. Now, as we have noted, if you want to be a role player, that's totally cool. But if you're looking to continue climbing that 2K ladder, here's some ways that we can go about doing that. Firstly, you're going to want to learn the ins and outs of the game. 2K does a shitty job of putting a guide out, as 2KU is very limited in what it can teach you, but definitely master all of that in there. And then hit up the YouTube, Reddit, and anywhere else online that you might go to get your information and learn about the game that we all love to play. Next, we got to become more versatile. Pause. If you're a knockdown shooter, now it's time to learn how to dribble. You don't have to be Allen Iverson or Kyrie Irving, but at the least, you want to be skilled enough that you can create your own shot and don't have to sit in a wing or corner and pray that your matchup is someone that likes to help off of you. And big men, for the love of me, please learn how to drop step and all the various other post moves in the game. No excuse why you're playing like a prime Joel Anthony or Anthony Bennett. Pretty much what I'm saying is now it's time to add to the bag and pick some skills that we didn't have before or that we slept on in the past and improve on them. Next, we got to be more aggressive and look for our shot, but in a positive manner. Don't go out there now selling your teammates, trying to put it up from half court or dunk on the entire other team. But it is okay to look for your shot more, especially if we have been practicing. As I know, a lot of folks as it is, just hit the shoot button and pray. That's not what I'm asking for here. I'm just asking you to take more smart shot or to look for your shot more. Just be more aggressive about it. You don't have to swing the rock every time. Sometimes you can dribble a bit before passing it up. And again, one last time, This does not mean go crazy out there and start jacking it up. Pause. That's the quickest way to fall back down this ladder. Now, the next rung on this 2K skills ladder is going to be your casual comp players. This and the previous category is where you will find most of your content creators. And there's a couple in that trash bag category too, but we won't speak on that. Now, listen closely because this one can be a bit tricky because the casual comp player, a lot of the times, has all of the stick skills and IQ as a comp player or a star player. It's just something's holding them back. Perhaps it's time constraints, or maybe they are retired from the comp scene. But when you do match up with these dudes, you can tell that they got something special to their game. They just don't take the game as seriously as a comp player, but because they don't take the game as seriously as the comp player or star player, they will go through highs and lows as far as on-court performance goes. But this is usually due to either rust from not playing in a long time or their ego having them think that they are still him. But most of the times, these dudes are able to get their shit together, and even if they are having a bad game, they won't turn into a trash bag seller, but rather they will try and do the little things to help the team win, whether that be playing lockdown defense, grabbing big boards, or making the right pass at the right moment. Some signs that you are a casual comp player are, firstly, you are most definitely the best 2K player on your squad. However, from time to time, depending on your matchup and game script, you're gonna have quarters or even whole game where you just disappear. Or even worse, if you are seen on the court, it's on the receiving end of a drop-off. Another sign that you're in this casual comp category, oftentimes you will get compared to higher level former league players, comp scene players, or content creators. A next sign is you routinely get messages praising your game from teammates or even opponents if you dominated good enough. Hell, you might even be hearing whispers that you should join the comp scene or think about joining one of those paid pro-am leagues. Now, if all of this sounds enticing and you want more, here's a couple of things in which you can do to level up to the next level. First things first, you need to always be in go mode, whatever that looks like for you. Be it playing the point god, hitting crazy nice shots, or gatekeeping the paint on both offense and defense. Your current team's success depends on it, so you can't be out here taking no days off. Again, that does not mean that you need to be scoring all of the points. Let game flow dictate that for you, but you already know that by now. A next thing that we need to do in order to level up our game is to stop making excuses. This happens way too often in this community of ours. We have got to start taking responsibility for our fuck-ups. Yeah, we all know 2K is not the best game by a landslide, but at this point, we pretty much know its shortcomings, so we just have to play around it. Pause. Stop complaining. If you fuck up, just a simple my bad will go way further than saying, oh, 2K did it again. Remember, where we are trying to go, there will be money on the line sometimes, and folks ain't trying to hear you blame 2K for your shortcomings. If you want to be the alpha on the team, the Black Mamba, you have got to embrace all that comes with it, both the good and the bad. If you're having a bad game or fucking up, don't let it get to you. Just move on to the next play. Now, this final level of the ladder is where we have the star players. You would think that it's going to be the comp player, but honestly, a lot of the comp players fall into the role player or casual category, and they have 1 or 2 star players carrying their team. Listen, a star player has it all. The stick skills, the basketball IQ, and most importantly, the mentality to dominate the opponent. It should be obvious, but if you're a star player, you are always in attack mode, looking to create an opportunity for yourself or your teammates every time. And rarely, if ever, do you look out of control while doing so. Regardless of the final score or your own personal performance on the virtual hardwood, you still take responsibility for your part. And if it was a loss, you'll take a bit more of the responsibility because you know it's easier for you as a star player to bounce back than one of those role players or casuals or, God forbid, trash bag on your squad. As a star player, if you miss a shot or turn the ball over, you don't get down on yourself or blame 2K. Rather, you get back on defense and can even get the rock back in some situations. And again, a star 2K player does not have to be a comp player. Hell, some of the best point guards I've played against and with would give your favorite comp guards crazy work in their sleep. So no, it's not about being comp or not. It's about how much time do you have to dedicate to this game and learning the ins and outs and trying to master it. And just remember, everyone, I mean everyone, even your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber started out as a trash bag in NBA 2K and worked their way up. And so can you. Just because you might be a trash bag today or trash at the game right now, you too can get to levels that right now you might not think obtainable. But till we meet up on that virtual hardwood, luck out.
Peace.